okay?
Seems me able to get my hamstring off the ground.
Really, it's nice to cut out the middleman. Just you and I jump together.
It's really,
yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, nice. Just cut the fat out.
Cut it right out.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make it official. Vancouver, please give it up for Jensen Ackles.
Look at this crowd. What's it called, Robbie?
What's that?
It's called a hometown crowd right there.
Right.
That's what that
is. What's it been like?
Being back?
Yeah. When's the last time you were here? Have you been back since we
I
wrapped?
came back recently, I think it was in August. Came up for like a few days to shoot a couple days on a film that was filming here. But it was quick. I came in, got out. It wasn't this experience.
Right.
This feels like a homecoming.
Yeah.
It really does. And we got to see a whole bunch of familiar faces last night. A bunch of the crew, there's probably a few peppered into the crowd here. But we had a little, it was kind of an unofficial wrap party, something that we didn't get to have when we wrapped 15 years on a show, which was really sad because we wrapped in the middle of 2020, which we all know what was going on then. And so to see all those faces not behind masks and get to hug them and get to tell them how much they mean and continue to mean to us and to us. And the fact that this is still living and still going and still breathing, and they're like, this is crazy, stop what you're doing, put it up, it's over. I'm like, no, they didn't say that. It's just, it's fantastic, and I'm just heartbroken that Jared's not here, and I know he's really bummed out, and he sends his love, and he's like, well, it just means we're gonna have to do it again when we come back.
I think we might have some guest stars in the panel. We'll see. Trying to get enough people backstage we can stack them on top of each other to make them as tall as Jared.
Oh, good.
So I'm working on a thing.
That's.
In the meantime, please enjoy.
In the meantime, you're stuck with me.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Well, hello. You know what I'm gonna do? Just in honor of my boy. Actually, I got a better idea. There we go. All right, well, this is usually the part where Jared and I talk nonsensical about whatever we're thinking about at that time, but since he's not here, I'm just going to get with the questions. How about that?
Hi, my name is Marianne.
Hi, Marianne.
I asked Kim Bree a similar question. What advice would you give to newcomers on set, whether it's cast or crew members?
Have fun. I was asked recently by one of the producers on Big Sky, and I said, how did you manage to go 15 years on one show? And I said, I'll tell you, there's probably a lot to that, a lot of ingredients that went into that, but I can tell you one that I remember the most, and that was the amount of laughter we had on that set. I don't remember laughing harder during those 15 years than I did when I was at work. And that says a lot. That says a lot about the environment that we were working in. I often say that I get to do this. I don't have to do this. And it was something that I look forward to sure, some days were tough, some days were hard, some days I didn't want to get out of bed. But no matter what, I don't think there was a day that went by where we didn't chuckle or laugh or make Brad cry. So yeah, that's what I would say, and that's what I continue to say to people. I say it to the guys on the Winchesters. John Showalter, who is definitely part of the SPN family, is down supervising in New Orleans and watching over the show, and I impressed upon him very heavily, and I continue to. I'm like, make sure that set is having a good time, and make sure that the egos are checked, and make sure that there's nobody yelling, and there's no drama. Save the drama for when the cameras are rolling. There's no room for that when they're not. And it seems to be going like that so far. So if I can bring that kind of stuff to work, or I can encourage people to do that when they go to work, then I think we're all going to have a better time.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I hope I see you on Friday.
So do I. Hey there.
Hi. I'm a really big fan. I've been watching Supernatural since I was 12, so it was over half of my life. I just was wondering, I know with COVID you guys didn't have the ending you wanted, so how would you have wanted Supernatural to end?
Well, I can tell you what was originally planned, which I think some of you may know, and it's no secret. But the original script before COVID hit was everything up to the point where Sam arrives in heaven was all the same. Okay, but what was different in what ended up being in what was originally written was, instead of us meeting on the bridge there and having that little moment, that wasn't there. It was him arriving in a dusty parking lot with a lone car in front of a road, like an old roadhouse tavern. And he sees the Impala and he walks up, and then I come out the front door. And we have that moment in the parking lot that we had on the bridge. But instead of ending there, I say, come on inside, there's a few people that want to say hi. And we go in, and what we were going to do is we were going to have everybody that was available that could come back to Vancouver, all the cast and all of the crew members, we're all going to be in the tavern. And then we walked through, and on top of that, the band Kansas was going to be the house band. They were getting on a plane when they were told not to get on a plane because of COVID. They literally were about to be here the next day when we shut down. So that's the major difference. And I would have loved for that to have happened. But unfortunately, we had to pivot and we had to do what we did. And I think it was fine. It was still a heartfelt moment. We just didn't get that extra sauce that would have been nice. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Not expecting to be chosen, so I'm kind of shaking right now.
I'm shaking too, so that's fine. We're in this together.
So my name is Luciana. My question for you, so I have family up in Austin, and I...
Technically down in Austin. I got you. We're gonna get through this together.
I'm really down in Austin. And I've visited every year since I was little, and my mom, as a surprise, took me to your brewery, the original one. I think there's a new one now.
No, there's only one.
Yeah.
Same one.
And she got a video of my reaction, and I just bloody murder screamed when I realized where we were, and my stepdad turned around and was like really confused about what was happening. It was funny. Well, my question for you.
It's like, wow, she really likes beer. Stepdad's like, I mean, listen, a good Pilsner can go a long way, but holy crap. Okay, sorry.
My question for you is, what was like the idea, because like brewery, especially because since it's usually for like non-minors and stuff, they don't have very much like things, like we have a brewery in my town where we have like stuff for minors to do. But you named it Family Business Brewery, which obviously came from the show, but like, what was your idea to like mix that idea of like a brewery that's usually for older people, and then the idea of also like a family thing where there's like music, and there's events, and there's like places for kids to play and food vendors. What was like your idea to mash that together?
It was kind of all just a natural progression, honestly. There was no grand design when we started out. It started out with me and my brother-in-law Gino making our own horrible beer in the backyard. And then kind of just being obsessed with that. It was, this was probably 07 or 08 when like the craft beer industry was really like taking off. And we just kind of got the itch. We were like, let's maybe like open a little tiny, we were gonna open like a little nano brewery, even like a 3-barrel system or something. And that obviously kind of progressed. And then we got this property and we're like, well, everything that we had been told we'd met with a dozen different owners of breweries and brewmasters over the course of like doing our kind of homework on what this would look like. And every single one of them was like, we outgrew our space in 3 months, or we are at capacity in, of just a few months. They're like, if you can have room for growth, make room for growth. Well, we built like this 10,000 square foot facility. So we definitely, we built for growth. But then that just kind of like, we were like, oh, but we should have a place for like kids to play, because I had kids. So we put a playscape up, and then we were like, oh, we should do a bocce court, and we should have cornhole, and we should have horseshoes, and we should just make this like a place where people can come and hang out in the afternoon and have fun with a whole family. And all the while, we hadn't really picked a name for the brewery. We just kept calling it the family business because it was just Gino and I. And also, I thought it was kind of tongue-in-cheek because it also had a relation to the show. And then we went online. It was like that name was available because a lot of times there's like copyright issues and stuff. And it was available. I was like, should we just name it that? Yeah. So that's how that happened. So literally, there was no grand design. It just kind of all happened naturally, and I think it fell into a really good place. And it's a good spot. If you're ever in Austin, you should try it out. Yeah. Thank you. Hey.
Hi there. I'm Julie. This is my first con, so this is crazy.
Welcome.
Have you and Jared ever gone driving in Baby around Austin because you miss playing Sam and Dean so much?
Please say yes. Yes. But not because we missed playing Sam and Dean. Because we're children. And we wanted to go fast in the car that we spent so much time in, and we thought it'd be great to do that. Right now, I will say that both the Impalas, the Hero, which is number 1, the one that I have, and then number 3, which was the backup to number 1. Number 2 was the stunt one that got beat to crap. But number 3 was the backup to whenever number 1 wouldn't start. Because you got to remember, these were just picture cars. These weren't like, car show type cars. I mean, there's a reason that door squeaked the way it did. It's because they weren't, they weren't like high functioning automobiles. That being said, now that Jared and I own both of those cars are currently in the same shop in Texas right now, getting done to where we can put them in a car show. I will say, leaving the squeak in the door though. And not touching the paint job. So every scratch, every dent, every nick, every paint chip that was on the car when it was on screen will remain the same. We're just getting everything underneath it nice and reliable. And because we both live in Texas, we're also putting in air conditioning. And a sound system. Because what they did, when Jared and I were there, is they stripped the car of anything that we could annoy the crew with. They used to have police lights on the gone. Because usually those were high beamed, pointed directly into the camera lens, and Brad was like, ow! They took the horn out, because that was always fun when somebody was right over the hood, like adjusting a light, and just be like, bah! They removed the horn. They removed the stereo system, because we kept playing music. So they had to take a lot of stuff out of the Impala just so they could get through the day with us. Because again, we're children. So I'm having to put all that stuff back in now. So that it'll be street legal. But yes, I'm excited to get them back. And then Jared and I can race them down South Congress Avenue. And get arrested. Hey.
Hi, I'm Shay from Seattle. First
Hey.
of all, thank you so much for the Winchesters, you and the whole team. But I just, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but the use of explicit, intentional, and non-tokenized queerness and color is just so important. Especially adding that to this world, this canon.
Well, and I appreciate what you just said, like, not tokenized, not, you know, it is intentional. Because I think it's a reflection of what we're really like as a society. Not now, but even then. It was just never, it was never talked about then. It was never shown. And so I think it makes absolute sense to be true. And that's where that came from, and I've never seen anything wrong with that, or why that would be shied away from. So yeah, why not celebrate it?
Anybody, obviously. And you know that in an emergency, he's somebody you definitely want on your team. But when it comes to emotional urgency, probably a different story. So if in 1518, if the empty had not come so quickly to take Cass, and you had 15 had...
I thought you meant the year 15. All right, we're going back. That's a Renaissance. Let's do this. Is that the Renaissance? Right? Somebody who knows more than me. More than I do. Okay. Yes, that is the Renaissance? Nailed it! See, I can learn things. Okay, so season 15, episode 18. That would be the last, no, second, third, fourth, second. I'm done. Renaissance.
If you had had more time to emotionally absorb what Cass had said, what do you think his response would have been?
Great. You mean what would he have responded to in that moment had he had the time?
Yes.
That's interesting because I have an answer for that, and I had an answer for that in the next setup, camera setup after Cass was taken and Dean's on the floor and I put my head in my hands. In that moment, I did that not because I just lost, well, because I lost Cass, but also because I didn't say anything, I didn't give him anything. And what I had in my head was, I should have said, I love you too, and hugged him. And I know that some, people out there that might try to sexualize that in a way, and it doesn't have to be that. There was, two two sentient beings, essentially. And I don't know if you consider the agent, but what he was in front of me was a family member and someone that I was a brother in arms and someone that Dean truly loved, much like Sam. And so losing, I mean, essentially he lost his brother in that moment. And and that's how I think, that's how I played it from Dean's perspective. So yeah, there you go, thank you. Hi.
What is your favorite story to tell your kids?
My favorite story to tell my kids?
Her name's Amara.
So I'm really glad that you asked that, Amara. So I do this thing at night where I just make up stories until my kids tell me that I need to leave. It's generally filled with lots of voices, and what I do is I will stand at the door and I will be dad, and I'll be like, is there anybody else you want to say goodnight to? And they'll come up with some name, and then I'll walk away and I'll create a character and come back in and play that character, and I'll tell them stories or I'll tell them jokes. So there's not necessarily a book that I read. I literally just put on a performance for them every night until they get tired of me and kick me off stage. Wait, what? Say that again?
What, like some could I give you some gummy bears?
Please. Are they half chewed? This little bag of gummy bears. Thank you, Amara. I'm gonna keep these for later. Very sweet. Top that. Yeah, I don't know. Give you a 3-pound bag of gummy bears. That's how you top that. It's all good.
I've got a question for you on there.
Oh, wait.
Very well documented. You talked about it several times about how you and Danneel did a little watch party of Lazarus Rising. I was wondering, do you usually at night watch Misha Collins videos with you?
Because we're in Canada, I did that dialect.
Oh, that was a roof?
That was,
This is amazing. You mind if Misha joins me for a little bit, guys? Well, we talked. I was talking earlier. I believe it was in the yesterday at one of the meet and greets, and I was saying, what?
I'm talking to my friend.
All right, stop. Look, you just got here. Don't ruin this. And they were like,
Why
are
are
you
there
gonna?
so many more people in your panel?
They thought Jared was gonna be here.
Must have been really bad traffic yesterday, huh?
It doesn't matter. Whatever. You interrupted her question with a really silly question. What would you like to answer first? You, Misha.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
What am I?
You want an answer to your horrible question?
Yes.
Or can I answer?
No, I'll take my horrible.
Okay. Yeah. Danneel and I did do a watch party of Lazarus Rising. We even videoed it and invited someone to join the Zoom. And invited Misha into the Zoom, not the room, Zoom. and had like a three-way video conference.
Now you're just doing it on purpose.
And what? Doing what on purpose?
What on purpose? What are you talking about?
Honey, get out of the gutter. And we had it, no.
That doesn't work.
No.
Norton said who finished first.
No, you don't repeat it.
I was pointing that out to illustrate.
You don't repeat. When I turn around and I say, no, no.
I was trying to illustrate how.
Is there anybody else back there that could come out? Anyone? No, whatever. Never mind. Let's change the subject, please.
I might bring it down a little.
Okay.
That was bad too. Impala. One thing's been bothering me. We all know in order to get to heaven, you gotta die first. So how did the Impala die? If the Impala is now in heaven, because I don't drive anything nearly that special, and if she showed up in heaven when I was there, I'm coming back in and haunting that hell out of her. Like, not cool.
Well, I don't think the Impala ever dies. There's just a heaven version of it.
Yes.
And that's all there is to that. Which means, in the supernatural world of things, somewhere baby is just sitting, rusting.
Collecting dust.
Which, when we do the reboot, that'd be a good scene. When we come back from heaven, finding the car.
Let's talk to the team about that.
I mean, it would be in Sam's garage. Maybe Sam's son is driving it. What's his son's name? That's right.
These fragile egos of ours.
Aren't they? Aren't they though? Yeah, is that a fair enough question?
The Impala is immortal.
It is.
I'm totally good with that.
Okay.
Take it.
Long live the Impala.
Working on a car show, can you publicize that? I'm a car show junkie, and I would dearly love
You know I will. Hi.
Hi, Jensen. I'm Misha.
Hi.
Excuse me, my voice is kind of gone. I've really been enjoying your character, Jensen, on Big Sky. And I love all the little Easter eggs that are in there, like the salt or the demons. And
Did you hear that?
I did hear about that.
I'm like, this is my first
Did you
werewolf.
throw that in, or did they put it in?
No, I didn't.
And the werewolf comment. It's my first werewolf. And,
The what?
The werewolf.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This
This is my first werewolf.
So I'm just
Did a couple of different variations on that one, but that was the one I went with.
Yes, I'm just wondering if you can share with us how that's coming about as you're filming. Are you putting those in as you go? Are you suggesting them to the writers? And also, I'm wondering if we're ever going to meet Arlen's brother, who we've heard a little bit about.
That I have no idea. The brother that I don't know.
You forget you're not filming Supernatural? Does that happen?
No, I'm basically just being a different version of Dean.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I'm not that talented. Just do the same trick. I'm a one-trick pony. I do. They have given me some liberty to explore the dialogue. I would say more than apparently has been given on the show in the past.
The other actors are like, you're letting Jensen say anything except what's written.
And I'm over there going like, how would I change this dialogue? And now the writers are picking up on that, and they are putting in some things, and then they're also teeing me up to come up with other ideas. And I often...
The script is just Jensen blank. You figure it out.
No kidding, I forget what script it was, but and it wasn't one time, but I remember one of Robbie's scripts in Supernatural, he wrote in there, he's like, and then just whatever Jensen wants to say in the stage direction. Like, I'm not even gonna write the dialogue, just however he wants to respond to this situation, he can respond. And not even Dean, like Jensen, in the, yeah.
I love that goes to the network and then the studio, and they're like, "Yep, this is
This is fine. Yeah,
we'll sign off on that."
We'll sign off. Yeah, so I am getting a little bit of fun and freedom on Big Sky, which is you know, it makes it fun. I enjoy it. Yeah. Thank you. You know,
It was codified at that point. And
Yeah.
now we're I mean, both of us.
whatever that
like-
means. Right.
Right. Like the fish. You know, like
Cod.
Like
Yeah.
cod.
Yeah, cod piece.
So,
Wait. I'll never forget when I was having my Soldier Boy videos. There came the moment when the bucket of cod pieces came out, and I had to choose one.
you're like, I'll take that tiny little one right there. That's perfect, man.
Here's the funny thing is, you know, I picked one after a few tries, and the one I was like, yeah, this is good, and then like I was talking to Jeffrey Dean, and he was like, hey, how's the Soldier Boy outfit coming along? I heard the things are amazing. And I was like, yeah, I just went in for like my 4th fitting. And he's like, talking about the cod piece. And so I sent him pictures, and I'm like, well, it's between 1, 2, and 3. And I realized I'm having a conversation with my dad about the size of the weird world we live. Anyway, codified, yeah. Go ahead.
Codified.
Yeah, you weren't really.
Speaking of wardrobe, so I have a sex scene coming up. Finally, on Tuesday, and
Let me ask you something.
yeah,
Shirtless?
yeah.
Why is it that at this stage in our careers we are taking our clothes off the most?
Not only that, it's what makes me crazy. They're also my show is all these like young,
Yes.
attractive,
What's happening?
still of reproductive age. And they do this to me.
So many comments right now in my head.
Anyway, so you know how it is, right? Like you have a shirtless, naked scene coming up. You stop eating. You get breast implants. And I've been running lately, and I run with a pair of shorts that come down to about here, and I overheat. So I run with no shirt on.
Oh, no.
Let's
see where this is going.
So I tan from here up and from here down. But I was looking in the mirror the other day, and I was like, I have this scene coming up, and there's this like blinding light coming from the midsection. So I did what any.
Let it go.
I went to a tanning salon. And so now it's hot pink.
Bro, why didn't you call me? It's called the spray tan.
I know, a lot of people have already told me about that. I just thought it's so Trumpy. Anyway, long story short, when come Tuesday,
Don't use his spray tan artists. Clearly the mixture is not right.
I have sheets of skin peeling off of me.
During the tape, yeah, during the day.
You're gonna send me molting.
When is this?
Just Tuesday.
It's like in 2 days?
Yeah. You think I have time to get in shape?
I have 2 words for you.
Yes.
Photoshop.
Somebody yelled out Photoshop, which would imply that he needs that. I was gonna say you're good.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say body double.
I fell for that. I thought you were being nice.
No. No, you're out of practice. You'll be fine. Chin up.
My name is Ellie. I'm here from Australia. It's been amazing. Okay. So Jensen, your performance in The Boys was outstanding. Okay, so Misha, this doesn't concern you.
Stand down, Misha.
You're good.
My question is, how does Soldier Boy compare to Dean Winchester?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I think there's quite a big difference there. Soldier Boy's from a different time. You know, he would be. There's a possibility that he could be Dean's grandfather, which Dean would be like, "Hey Gramps, listen, I got your gruffness and maybe some of your toughness, but you can't say that. You're gonna get us all canceled." I think Dean's probably a little bit more authentic in his heroism, and I think Soldier Boy is basically a fake, and he's a big problem, and he is trying to cover that with his grandeur and his superpowers about how weak he is inside and how much of a complex he has. I don't think Dean has that. I think Dean's pretty secure with who he is, and he believes in himself and has the confidence that he's doing the right thing. Soldier Boy is kind of a mess.
Yeah, I think Soldier Boy wishes he was Dean.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. But would never admit that.
Also, I think Soldier Boy is in it for himself.
Yes.
And Dean he's on a mission. Like he's fighting for
Everyone else.
a greater good.
Everyone else before self.
I think you can see that out in the world, like people that behave that way. And Dean is the epitome of how you want to be, and Soldier Boy is like the pitfall. And they're very close together. Like you could very easily veer from one to the other. But I think it's about being like out for yourself as opposed to out for the greater good.
Yeah, ego, really. There's that moment in The Boys where you think that Homelander is bringing his father in, and it's going to be this reunion and this, joining forces, and Soldier Boy just, he says, basically, you disgust me. He turns into his father. Sorry, sir, the retirement home is 2 blocks south. Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you need me to call somebody for you? He's wandered out again. He's wandered out. Somebody called his son or his daughter.
Was it something I said?
Bart Shepard, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't mind, we're all just going to hang out and chat. Is that cool? Are we expecting somebody else?
This is an actual panel now.
Well, it is. This is what panels should have been.
I missed you guys. I really missed you guys. It's been a while.
How's it going, big guy?
It's going good. I'm working for Jared now.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. Haven't we always been working for Jared?
It's a long way up there. The air is thin. Now I'm working for the Moose. We're all working for the Moose. How you doing?
I'm good.
You're doing some crazy stuff on TV right now. Really
Yeah.
amazing. Have you seen him on The Boys?
We're just talking about that. The difference between Dean and Soldier Boy. Yeah.
When are you going to get a job?
I have one.
Really? What are you doing?
I'm a skin model.
A skin model? Nothing ever changes. Have you got like one of those cheap-ass costumes like you did in the last show?
Very cheap.
God, all these people are going to be dressed like you again. I'm going to have a whole new bunch of people to insult.
Hey, Mitch, do you get to wear something besides a suit in this new role of yours?
A suit or nothing is what they call it.
Speedos. Budgie smugglers.
What smugglers?
Budgie smugglers.
Bungee?
If you're in England, they call a Speedo, or in Australia, they call them budgies. A budgericana is a small bird.
A budgie.
So you're smuggling a budgie in your underwear. It looks like you're stuffing a small bird down your underwear. Budgie smugglers. So you're smuggling budgies. Right? Am I right? There you go.
I wear a pheasant smuggler.
You're not a pheasant plucker, you're a pheasant plucker's son. You're only plucking pheasants till the pheasant plucker comes. You say that when you're drunk?
Wait, who's coming?
You're not a pheasant plucker, you're a pheasant plucker's son. You're only plucking pheasants till the pheasant plucker comes. Try that drunk.
I can't do that sober.
So what's this show you're on?
Gotham Knights.
Are you Batman?
No, I'm not Batman.
Who are you?
I am Two-Face.
Harvey Dent? Very cool. You're gonna have like the messed up face?
Yeah.
Cool.
Obviously.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get the other side of his face proper.
It was sort of a no-brainer for casting. They were like, we'll put a regular face on one side.
Why have you got Borha's chair? Oh.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to serve you. Tips are not required, but they are appreciated. Yours got it? Okay, I'll jump out of the truck. Oh, hey, everyone.
Oh.
Hold on a second, that was pathetic. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Gaggle!
Brother's got a brother. Even half brothers.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Oh, there's one.
Hey, we were just asking, have you got a job?
What now?
He's got a job, apparently. Have you got a job?
Yeah, no, he's,
No?
yeah. Yeah, I know.
No, yeah.
I know where he is.
Oh, shush.
I know where he is.
You're shooting in Atlanta, I heard.
By the way, how's the weather up there?
In Atlanta. Up there.
Ooh, wait, no, we're not allowed to say that, right?
We can say I'm shooting in Atlanta.
In Atlanta?
Yeah, we're allowed to say that.
You're not shooting in Atlanta. I thought you were in Chicago.
Colorado.
Colorado.
With Cliff. So it's a running
Hi,
gag.
guys.
Oh, we You guys are still here.
We should take a question. Or we could just talk. I don't yeah. Just talk?
Well, you say that, but the poor woman at the front of the line.
Yeah, she's like, come on, man, I had a question.
With the spotlight on her.
Why are you pretending
She's
you
like, my
can't now?
question is for Jared. I really love you and everything we do. What's it like working with Jared? Hi.
Hello.
You got 4 of us to pick from. Who do you?
I just can't even right now.
My question is for Jim. My question is for Jim.
Jensen first, and then the rest of you.
Oh, thanks.
Used to that, aren't we?
Yeah. Sloppy seconds, thirds, and fourths. I agree.
You have been interviewed so many times, asked so many questions in cons and panels. What is one question that you wish you have been asked and no one has asked? And what's the answer?
This is the write your own fan fiction moment.
She's really making you do all
the work. Hey, can you cook a steak?
I want you to answer how to ask a question, but I'm also going to need you to answer it.
Hey, make the steak.
Steak. Make the steak.
It's an in joke. I don't want to help you with that, but you're stronger than me.
question should be, can Ruth join my panel?
Oh, the question's yours now, because you're in first position.
Yes, the question was, would I like to do a panel with
Interviewing yourself.
interviewing my, or just do a panel with, 3 duds and a queen.
You're not allowed to call me a queen anymore.
Am I not? Oh, that's right. Soulja Boy talking. Sorry. The question or the comment was, what's a question that you wish you have been asked that haven't, and what's the answer?
Lost me.
Yeah. I don't know. I usually am the one fielding the questions, so I don't really have them locked and loaded. I would say that if I was going to ask me a question, I would ask, aren't you tired?
Well, can I just add that a lot of times at autographs, people come up and say, you look so tired. Just as a statement. And tonight there will be an autograph session, and if anyone feels like saying that, maybe don't.
You look great! You look amazing!
You're really upset by this, aren't you?
I know I look tired. That's how we got the role.
I'm tired twice. I know what the question is. I know what the question is. Why? And the answer is because.
Thank you.
That was a good one. You got a better one?
That was good.
You know that one good.
Print to the gate.
Next.
Following on from what Misha said, though, it's more about what comments I would like people to say. And people say things like, to me, a lady said, it was so lovely, she said, you're even prettier in real life than you are on screen, which is different to, you're actually pretty in real life.
Jensen gets that all the time.
I do get, oh, you're taller than I thought you would be. Yeah. All the time.
Hey now.
That's on Jared.
Oh, and that's, well, yeah.
We look like midgets on screen.
You look like midget. You bastards. Every time you took a 4-person photograph of me, you're on tiptoes. And people coming up to me going, you're 5'6" in photographs. I'm not short. I'm only short on this show.
Then I came along and just made you all look like giants.
Sorry, who said that? Wasn't it your wife that somebody went up to and said, oh, your husband's on Supernatural?
It was Jen.
Is he the tall person? Is he the tall one or the short one?
No, it was even better than that. It was Genevieve, and they said, are you married to the short one or the one from Seventh Heaven? Which is Barry Watson. And she goes, well, neither.
It's terrible.
It's so good.
Barry Watson.
Barry Watson.
Wow.
Because Gilmore Girls is also seventh heaven.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
I'm in seventh heaven right now.
Stop it.
Next.
Hey.
Hi, my name is Regina. I'm from Bremerton, Washington. And just FYI, I'm a late bloomer when it came to Supernatural. I don't know how many panels I saw at San Diego Comic-Con with Supernatural. I had no idea who you guys were.
We knew them.
Wait, were you in Hall H watching our panel and not knowing who we were?
Pretty much, yes.
And were you just doing that because you wanted to be there for whoever was coming on next?
Vampire Diaries.
Coming on next. It was there. I was there for some other reason other
So
than
you
that.
trying to tell me right now in
We were
all
here
the
sloppy
years
seconds.
that not everyone in that hall was there for Supernatural?
I wasn't even there. Do you know who I am? I'm Jay.
Guys, the biggest problem is she's actually in line for a question at the next Star Trek convention.
Can you imagine? Like, how many people were like her?
Yeah.
Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con, it's like 6,000. 7,000.
You gave them pizza.
It's a sea of people. The people in the back you can't even see. They're little pinpricks. And we always thought they were there to see us.
Listen,
They're waiting to see
I'm
the
not
Marvel.
joking. I thought that when we left the stage, they cleared the whole place out and brought in a whole new crowd. You trying to tell me that you suffered through our panels?
I didn't know who it was that was coming up.
And nothing we said made you want to watch the show? There was nothing that was like, oh, I might watch this. We haven't done Comic-Con in like 3 years.
I was wondering what the girls were screaming about, so I figured, oh, let me put the show on. And from the first episode, I was like,
Oh, that's a bit better than what you started with. No, guys, let's be straight here. We know for a fact that when that crowd lit those candles for Jared, right? That was to the back wall. So, no. She was on her own. She was the only one who didn't know where she was.
No, she was like, what? Is that what we're doing? Okay.
Obviously, this guy needs some help.
So let me ask you this. What were you there to see?
Vampire Diaries.
oh, who knows who it was.
This question is for Patrick Stewart.
Wait, what?
I mean, honestly, it could have been true.
Anyone but.
Anyone but Supernatural. I was once giving up my seat or this candle thing they gave me.
Did you sleep overnight in the line?
Once.
Oh my, did you take some of Misha's pizza? Under false pretenses?
Coffee and donuts.
From Misha?
Yes.
Still haven't seen the show.
Had I known.
And then I was watching the show. And that was because of the show that I stayed overnight.
Oh,
okay. All right.
Did you have housing at this time? Were you just in Hall H for the shelter?
what are these people doing in my room?
But I did have a question.
I'm sorry for you. You know what? Good for you. That is all that we have time for.
That's all the time we have. Moving on.
I do have a question. It's for Ian Somerhalder.
So Jensen, you and I talked really quick about my Civic and how fast we were going, and you said you go really fast in New Mexico. So this would be for everybody. The fastest I've ever taken my Honda Civic is 127 miles an hour. What is your speed?
Did you have NOS? Are you a Fast and Furious?
That's what I was going to say. I was like, what Honda Civic goes 130?
Are you sure it wasn't kilometers?
She drove it out of the back of a cargo plane.
Was it downhill?
It'll do it if it's on fire.
2017 Honda Civic SI with turbo.
Okay.
All right. I didn't realize we had a Honda sales rep here.
I've been in airplanes that go slower than that.
I bet you could get that for sticker price.
I think I could. As long as it's better than Jared's, I don't care.
Jared used to have a Corvette years ago, and he let me borrow it one time. And I never drove it again. I think I was in the 130s.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not that fast.
It was.
It's almost as fast as a Honda Civic.
I'd rather go mudding than go fast.
Where were you going 130? Who else did you put
On a controlled road with professionals.
Yeah.
It's in his driveway.
It was a school zone.
What's he been doing 140?
No, it was Sea to Sky.
Everyone's cheering, but I don't know what that is.
It's the road up to Whistler.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
And then you know how windy that road is.
Yeah, it's very windy.
It's not a straight
Corvette
road.
is not a good cornering car back then.
Yeah, nobody told me that. Yeah, I won't be doing that again. No, yeah, unnecessary. Hey, slow down.
I got my ticket the other day, so yeah, I have to slow down.
Okay.
Fastest for me was 208.
Okay, show off.
In what?
My DB11 AMR Aston Martin.
Then it ran out of gas, like that
I
one
drove
stop.
back from I drove back from New Mexico to LA in 10 hours at 1800 RPM at 105 miles an hour the other week, getting 20 miles to the gallon. Because it would just turn 6 cylinders off when it was bored. Anyway, moving on. I got motorbikes that go faster than that.
That is so hot.
It is hot. See? It's hot. I'm hot.
No, you're not hot.
My car is hot. That's it. I'm buying a Honda Civic.
Apparently we only need to go and get ourselves some Hondas, and we need to see you at Hall H if we ever get back there. She's like, oh, I'll be there, but I won't be to see you guys.
Is the pizza or donuts?
What about Emerald City, Rose City Comic Con?
I've done you both.
I was just in New York for New York Comic Con. Well, listen, I can't be at all of them. But we can be here, and I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Hey guys, go 9 minutes. Let's go to a line, come down, break, go around the stage. SB family, this here is Kira. And she's from Texas.
I live in Athens, which is kind of southeast of Dallas.
Oh, my brother
Out
lives
towards
there.
Tyler.
It is the last question of the panel. This complete debacle of the panel.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely blaming you.
Where did Jake go?
What?
Jake?
He
left.
He knows when to leave.
He knows.
He knows. What is your question?
Jensen. It's like a rope that came down.
My question is very specific.
You'll have to excuse our.
It's a Jensen question?
He hasn't taken his meds.
Are you sure you want to do that for the last question?
I mean, it could have also sort of applied to Jared, but...
He's not here either.
So if you want to answer...
Sure.
It's just... You can try to answer it.
What happened?
This last question is for you.
Okay, I would love to answer it. What's going on?
So, my question for Jensen is, so we know that you worked with Danneel on Ten and Chiro when you were just kind of getting to know each other. And what is kind of the biggest difference, or in what way was it different acting with her again when she was on the show?
Well, when she came on Supernatural?
Yes.
It was much like it is in the kitchen on a normal basis. She calls out the fact that I'm not on my mark, and she's like, "Are you really gonna say it like that?" Yeah. I mean, like, get into my dean thing, and she's like, "Oh, why? What is? What are we doing?" Yeah, she's like, "What are we doing?" And I'm like, this is 15 years. And she's like, I know, but really, are we, because is anybody believing the voice at this point? And I'm like, you're kind of embarrassing me in front of my crew right now. And she's like, you've been embarrassing yourself for 15 seasons. That's
actually spot on, by the way. I'm laughing because it's true.
And that's why I love her, because she keeps me honest. No, it was much like working with anybody that you get along with in real life. It makes the work not work at all. It makes it fun when you get to do that kind of stuff, and you get to play, and you get to find the nuance. And I think that's something that this show carried for 15 seasons in a way that I haven't seen. I haven't experienced anything like it. Every player got to really play. And so Danneel was like, oh, this is what you guys do all day long. She's like, and I thought you were working. That's what it was like.
It was great having her up on the show. It really was.
Do you remember her very first scene was the three of us, you, me, Jared, walk up, and it's like outside that motel or something, and she's like, he's up there, it's about Lucifer, and Jared comes in hot. And he's like, where is he? And no joke, she did it to him. She goes, oh, is that how you're gonna do it? Put him on his ass. Like, he was just like, by the way, and he was he came in a little hot in that moment. Listen, we don't always hit home runs every take. And Danneel is a little bit of, she's kind of a brutal, honest kind of person, and she has a filter, but just decides never to use it. And in that moment, I was so beaming with like pride and looking at him going like, see what it feels like?
Don't hit me.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So that's what it's like.
Did he panic? Did he panic?
There was a little shudder. Sorry. Yeah. What do you mean? And she's like, never mind. And then for the rest of that whole scene, he was like trying to figure out how to do what he needed to do. I'm like, oh, she's playing dirty. She's a sniper, that one. Much like this one. This one here. No.
I did say to Misha one time, though, when we didn't know each other very well, he only just heard me. You were doing a bit where you were possessed or something on the ground. I don't know what you were doing.
Just making me lick the floor.
And I said,
I think that was just, dude, I think he was on lunch.
And I said, oh, is that the way you're going to do that?
Touchy to the quick.
Yeah, thank you for the last question.